Hello everybody, and this is it. We have reached, well, I suppose we have reached nearly the end. This is either the end or the penultimate episode. It depends on which way you look at it, because today we are doing in my Wii collection, and I have to excuse me, I'm a little out of breath because I've had to move everything around to get all these out, but we are here today to bring you WXYZ. And hopefully that will bring everything to a conclusion, but it may not, because there is a video to come, because I'm going to bring together some stuff which I've not been able to show off during the course of this series, because they've been bought after I've gone past the letter in the alphabet, or I've put them away somewhere and I forgot to get them out in time. I don't know, but there's a massive pile of stuff here. So many games beginning with W, as you could probably imagine, because it's the Wii, but not necessarily because it's the Wii. Although there do appear to be quite a lot of games which start with the word Wii. Not just W-I-I, but W-E as well. Anyway, thank you very much indeed. We've made it. Isn't that brilliant? We've actually got to the very end of this. We'll put that over there because that's in the way. Whew. Yeah, it's quite an exciting moment really, because collection videos now will never be the same. I don't think anybody's ever done as many parts as I have to do this. And I'm really sort of thinking about, well, if I ever do my PlayStation 2 collection, we're going to be in exactly the same boat. And the Xbox one might not be far behind it. But anyway, in the meantime, thank you very much for being part of this. It's been great. Some of you asked for it, some of you, after it disappeared, have made absolutely no reference to it whatsoever, but we're going to get there. We're going to do it. We're going to finish it off. Shall we get cracking? Yes, we shall. Brilliant, let's get on with it. Let's start up with Wacky Races, Crash and Dash. I love a bit of Wacky Races, me. Used to love the cartoon series. Used to have a Muttley t-shirt. My prized possessions, Muttley t-shirt. I think I've got the series on DVD downstairs as well, actually, which is even better. So what have we got here? Yeah, wow. I'm just going to move that out of the way. In my pocket. Right, yeah, so, yeah, Muttley t-shirt. This is rather good. Wacky Races. It's all right, I'll be honest with you. It's not brilliant. I was expecting a little bit more from it, but it's quite difficult because it's not a true, I don't think, it's not what I thought of true race game. I did play one on the PlayStation 1 ages ago, and I've been disappointed with that. There is a version going back onto the 8 and 16-bit micros, which is equally weird. But yeah, complete the world's wackiest racer, jump in your favourite wacky racer and take to the wheel in a series of bumper-bending cross-country rallies. Yeah, 24 great cross-country tracks. And it starts off like the TV cartoon used to as well. I'm always a big fan of that. I think, you know, somehow the Scooby-Doo games got those slightly wrong. This one, I believe, if memory serves me correctly, was sent to me by Andy over at UK Kraut Gaming all those years ago. Not that long ago. But I've very, very rarely seen this game. And it does look quite interesting. Have any of you played a game called Athlete Kings on the Saturn? Which is sort of like a decathlon type game, but the characters are sort of like really sort of over the top outlandish. This looks like exactly the same sort of thing. And I must be, I haven't played it yet. It's Wacky World of Sports by Sega of all people. And as you can see, this character's got all those sort of identifications. So there's some sort of like street fighting type character person there, and there's this woman with giant red hair driving a lawnmower, and this giant bloke down here, and then this guy at the top here. Well, looks rather interesting. I'm not sure it's going to be any good or not, because it's got Sega on it. I'm tempted to give it a go. And then a fun-packed journey around the world's 10 wackiest sports. You can see on the back there again. So it's got its own sort of art styling and design. So the 10 wackiest sports: tuna tossing, furniture racing, theatre japing, which I think, if I remember, memory serves me correctly, is vaulting using a pole across a stream, which I think is very popular in sort of Holland, Belgium type countries. I think type countries. Very popular in Holland and Belgium. Extreme ironing, that's always a good one. Card boxing, lawnmower racing, cheese rolling, which we have over here in the UK. Mudsliding, ice golf, and log cutting. I don't know, that sounds like really good fun. Why haven't I played that yet? Is a question I ask myself every time I walk in here and look around the room. Now this one I picked up in a charity shop for the grand sum of £1, and this is actually it's actually an American copy. I haven't got many American copies. I think I showed off ages ago my copy of Mario. Super Sluggers Baseball, which was sent to me by a guy I used to watch quite over in Kansas. Not on YouTube anymore, which is a real shame. So I picked this up, but the UK equivalent of this game is called, I don't know, Step To It or something like that. It's quite a, you don't see it very often. It's quite a pricey game. The American version is called Walk It Out, and you can use the Dance Dance Revolution mat and also the balance board as well. But you can see American classification on the bottom. So I don't have too many non-PAL Wii games. But I thought, well, this was a nice price to pick up. If I ever actually get round to sort of soft modding my Wii, I can play this one. But you can also, there's also in here, includes Hot Hits. Boom Boom Power by the Black Eyed Peas. Hot and Cold by Katy Perry, which is alright. La La Land by Demi Lovato. And that's about all the others, and more. So, more, possibly. There's 120 great songs apparently in this, but yeah, it's very strange because it's got American instructions and then appears to be sort of like Spanish and other languages in the back as well. But yeah, so it was interesting to find that one. You don't, because it's even got USA written at the top of it, which is fine. I don't mind got USA written on there. Just like I'm just mentioning that because there are a couple of games that sit outside this. I'm pretty sure I've shown that one up there. But there's a copy of Mario Super Sluggers which was sent to me. And he's got American classification. Also, as well, while we get down to the Wii games, I'll show you this now, and this is my copy of Wii Sports, which is the cardboard one. I'll just show you that before I forget, because one game you have to have for the Wii is Wii Sports. I mean, how could you not have Wii Sports? Why will it not go back on the designated pigeonhole? There we go. Before I forget that one, before people write in, all three of you, and say, you ain't got Wii Sports. Why haven't you got Wii Sports? Call yourself Wii Collector. WarioWare, Smooth Moves. Really fun game. I know some people don't like it, but I think it's really fun. You can just have a lot of fun with it, like these ridiculously quick-fire mini games. It's really good, really good. And there's been many games in the WarioWare series. One on GameCube, I think it was a DS version as well. So yeah. Was there a version on the Wii U? Possibly not, I don't know. But yeah, it's really good fun, that one. Now, this is one of the best looking games on the Wii. I say it's about these games. Best looking games on the Wii. This is one of them. And primarily using the Wii remote to shake. Hence the title of the game. It's Wario Land, the Shake Dimension. Look at that really lovely drawn cover there. And honestly, the graphics in this game are fantastic. They really are. And the Wii gets a lot of criticism for the fact it wasn't as powerful as its equivalents at the market at the same time, but there are some really, this Rayman Origins, really good looking games. Batman and Brave and the Bold, probably three of the best looking games. Sin and Punishment 4. I could keep going, but I'm not going to. Yeah, shake the stacks to release the coins, shake the enemies to release items, shake to activate contraptions, tilt to steer vehicles, shake it up. Yeah, you don't see it all that often. It's not overly expensive, but you don't see it a great deal. I think I paid probably full price for that one. Oh, I know. I'll let you make your own mind up about this one. Yeah, I did that gag at Christmas as well. But anyway. It's not quite as exciting as it sounds, don't worry. Yeah, so I think this was the extension of you got Wii Sports, now you got Water Sports, so you can do watercraft racing, kite surfing, wakeboarding, windsurfing, using the balance board as well. That's your sort of thing. Don't know. Not my sort of thing. Not what I bought it for anyway. Oh man, I love these games. Wii Cheer. We're into the Wii games now. Near enough. I don't know. Those who saw my Pom Pom Party video off the PlayStation 2. What do you mean you've not seen that? Have you not seen me play this? Have you not? Go and watch it. Go on, bugger off. Watch that and come back and watch this. That's what people are going to remember me for when I'm gone. That's it. They won't remember all this exciting stuff, the tidbits of information, the long stories, the showing off the games. They remember me for, oh yeah, that twat and his pom-poms. But yeah, look at that. How could you not? That just appeals to me. Well, I say it's got the pom-poms. It's a cheerleading game. Be very, very careful what I'm saying there. That appeals to me. No, it's the fact it's a game based about cheerleading and you have to sort of jump around and wave with your remotes if you're cheerleading. That's what appeals to me. Might just edit that bit out, actually. Yeah, virtual pom-poms, 2 Wii remotes, as virtual pom-poms to create an authentic cheerleading experience. There we go. Hit songs. Dance and cheer to 30 smash hits from the hottest artists like Hilary Duff. She dead. Boys Like Girls, Natasha Bedingfield and the Go Team. Well, I must be honest with you, I'm not exactly hearing of any of those, to be honest with you. Track list of 30 songs. Do we know what those 30 songs are? I don't know. Oh, maybe we do. It does. Oh, it's a painted retro bear reading out of the songs. Music credits. If you're going to jump Natasha Bedingfield, That's the Way I Like It by KC and the Sunshine Band. Walking on Sunshine by a third party. Gonna Make You Sweat by CNC Music Factory. That's a good cheerleading song, isn't it? Body Rock by Moby. Eye of the Tiger by a third party. There's a lot of third party songs on this one. Groovy Train by The Farm. How is that on here? Footloose by Kenny Loggins. Whoomp, There It Is by Tag Team. And of course, I Want Candy by Bow Wow Wow. Wow. Yeah, so Wii Cheer, which is honestly more difficult to pick up than you'd imagine. It is. It's not difficult. It's not easy to pick up at all. Wii Dance, my very good friends at Nordic Games, who made a lot of these sort of very interactive titles. Lovely clean copy on this one as well. And again, this is a dancing game based around that, and you could do with it. You can actually use the controllers, but it might be a good idea to possibly, yes, use the controllers. I'm not sure if you need a mat or not. I have got the dance mat for this though, somewhere. That'll be in the peripheral section. But yeah, lots of. I'll be here all day reading these. Joy Ho, Don't Turn Around, but this by Ace of Base. Let Me Be Your Fantasy. Copacabana by Barry Manilow. Fatboy Slim, The Rockefeller Skank. Ooh, good. Jive Bunny, Let's Twist Again. Not so good. Jungle Boogie, Kool and the Gang. Pixie Lott Boys and Girls. S Express theme from S Express. Rolls Royce Car Wash. Spice Girls, Spice Up Your Life. Eye of the Tiger. And of course the YMCA. Wouldn't be a dancing game without the YMCA. I do, but I don't know about everybody else, but I love golf. We love golf, which is very, very sim. Which I thought looked exactly the same as Pangmia swing style, which if it was to hand, I'd show you. Golf with style, yeah. I can't quite reach it, but yeah, it's up there somewhere, yeah. We love golf. Golf games on the Wii. Don't take it too seriously because you'll put your back out like I nearly did. I've told that story before. Tiger Woods, go and check out T. Yeah, it's a golf game on the Wii. It does exactly what it says on the tin. This one is generally not very well regarded, but actually I had a bit of fun with this. It's not a great game, but I don't know, I think it's bad as people make out. Got a bit of a sticky copy of this as well. Wii Rock Drum King, which you don't see around a great deal. I picked this up relatively cheap when Game were getting rid of Wii games when I first started collecting these back in sort of 2015. Wii Rock Drum King. And it's not bad at all. It's a bit hit and miss, but I think it's designed, rather than people who are drummers, it's designed for people like me who've got no rhythm. So you can drum along to Europe's The Final Countdown, Queen's We Will Rock You, Steppenwolf's Born to Be Wild. So if you fancy yourself, it's actually, it's all right. Just don't think you're going to be the next Keith Moon or anything like that, because you're not. More singing games. This is We Sing. You've got We Sing, You Sing, I Sing, Nordic Games. There we go. There's a few in this series, so we'll whiz through them very, very quickly. I'm rapidly running out of time, so I'm not going to have time to read all these out. Sorry. I know you like to hear me talk about bands, but obviously the writing on the back of this is really bad. But Charles and Eddie, Would I Lie to You? John Denver, Take Me Home, Country Roads. Locomotion by Kylie Minogue. Not a good choice of song, I'm afraid. Maloko, Sing It Back. Meatloaf's I'll Do Anything for Love. Tasmin Archer's Sleeping Satellite. And Tom Jones's Delilah, so you can all wail away when You find out to meet people indoors or outdoors when the sun gets nice, I don't know. We sing encore. What? That wasn't good enough for you? No, it wasn't. We want an encore, so we've got one. 40 licensed songs. Jam-packed with even more features. Track list. What have we got? Love Shack. I Will Survive again. Ruby, the Kaiser Chiefs, Lady Gaga's Just Dance, Lou Bega's Mambo No. 5. Proclaimers, I'm Going to Be 500, I'm Too Sexy. Don't Stop Moving by S Club 7. And Westlife's Flying Without Wings, which you'll be, no doubt, fast forwarding through. We Sing Pop. There is another one in this series I think is probably the most difficult and most expensive to track down. I can't remember what it's called now. This one actually was a bit of a bargain because this one's also quite expensive to pick up. I think I managed to nab this for £1 out of a charity shop, but I think at the time it was going for like 8 to 10 quid in CEX, which is really silly. I've seen the inside of that, I can't remember. Whizzing through these. What have we got on this one? That's the back of it there anyway. Rolling in the Deep, Girls Just Wanna Have Fun. Hanson Zumbop, yeah, we love a bit of Hanson here. Bad Romance and Born This Way. Nelly Furtado's Hung Like a Bird. Rihanna, Don't Stop the Music. Sonny and Cher, I Got You, Babe. Ice Ice Baby, the YMCA once again. And I'm Your Man by Wham. There we go. 4 singers together, if you know 4 people. If that's not enough, then you can try and be Robbie Williams at the same time. Not sure why I got this one, to be honest with you. I'm not exactly a Robbie Williams fan. Most of you will be sitting there thinking you know nothing about music, so why would you be a Robbie Williams fan? Absolutely right. This is literally all Robbie Williams songs. There's no Take That crossovers or anything like that. So, Old Before I Die, Angels, Let Me Entertain You, She's the One, Rock DJ, Kids. Millennium's not the Millennium one. Freedom. The first song he did after he left Take That isn't on here. This is really strange. Road to Mandalay and other stuff that I don't know. Anyway, Robbie Williams on We Sing. And this game used to go up and down in price throughout the year, depending on how close it was to Christmas or not. Unsurprisingly, it's called We Wish You a Merry Christmas. It's a series of mini games. 10, more than 10, and it says there, not my words, the words of the box, more than 10 holiday games and activities. This game used to shoot up in price at Christmas. I don't know why. And then throughout the year, you could get it for £1. And then as it got close to Christmas, it sort of went up to £6 to £8. I don't know why. I don't think he did it the same last year. But it's just this collection of mini games. I was going to do it as a video for Christmas 2020, but unfortunately, never got round to doing it. Maybe next Christmas. Wheel Spin. Now this is interesting. This is a game by Archer McLean, which it says there at the top. If you remember Archer McLean from years gone by, he was the man behind Jimmy White's Whirlwind Snooker and Drop Zone and a number of other great games. One of the great names in computer game design and development. This one now, I must be honest with you, I just could not get on with. I don't know why. Really didn't enjoy this at all. So it's sort of like Wipeout, but it's not. It's something, I don't know. It's sort of futuristic racing game. It's sort of, I don't know, like Extreme G Racing and F-Zero and Wipeout. That sort of genre, and it just didn't work for me. I'm afraid, just didn't work for me. Speed Racer, I think, is a much better game. You've got Speed Racer. Go back and look at S. Speed Racer. I remember reading these books when I was a kid. I was rather excited when they were going to make a film version of it, but when I saw the film version, I thought, I wish I hadn't bothered. This is Where the Wild Things Are, probably the most obscure film licence for a game I've ever seen. I have no idea why they would have made a game about this film. I really don't. It just wasn't crying out for it. I remember the books when I was a kid, and that's why I got excited about this, but honestly, everything after that was a complete letdown. Play through an action-filled adventure across the mysterious island of the Wild Things. Journey across hostile terrain while battling fierce creatures. I wouldn't bother if I were you. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Second edition. Chris Tarrant actually talks to you in this, and the old phone a friend thing. Your Wii remote actually rings. There's no one there, but look, it's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. You've seen it on the telly, you've played it on the computer. This is what it is. There we go. All you need to know. This one's obvious. Wii chess. Now, if you like chess, this is for you. If you don't, I wouldn't bother. Even the manual's really unexciting. Look at that. I mean, it looks like Wii cheese from there. Isn't that Wii cheese? I don't know. The board game classic comes to the Wii. Why? Why does it come to the Wii? What was the purpose in this? I really have absolutely no idea. Wii Chess uses Loop Express, a conversion of the Loop Chess engine, which ranked third in the 2007 World Computer Chess Championships in Amsterdam. Top players are sure to find a suitable match amongst the high-level computer opponents. Now, if you saw that that film that was on Netflix, or that miniseries on Netflix, The King's Ransom, was it? I think it was. The sort of fictional story in terms of the character who was in it, but generally speaking, a amalgamation of a series of chess, of a number of chess players. It really was very, very good, but it didn't make me want to go and play chess. I have no idea who that was appealing to, or this indeed. Makes up people buy poker games. Ah, shit, we got some of those, haven't we? Wii Fit. If you've not seen a copy of Wii Fit, there you go. It's actually a Wii Fit card, this one, yeah. Wii Fit, at one point, this was the game that was the most difficult in the world to track down, with a balance board, because everybody wanted one. It's like the Buzz Lightyear of its day. I got my balance board for £3 at a car boot sale. After the guy wanted £5 for it and up and down to 3. And Mrs. Bear said this, as we picked up and walked away from it. Mrs. Bear goes, "Did you hear the little girl?" I said, "No." "What did she say?" And she went, "Bye bye Wii board, bye bye finally." And there's some pride in that, not embarrassment, pride in that, walking away from a car boot sale with a little girl saying, "Finally we got rid of the Wii board. Some idiots bought the Wii board, hooray." I don't know, but they've shot up over lockdown that people wanted stuff like that. So all of a sudden, you know, the balance board you were making sort of steps out of in your garden, as I know somebody was, or stepping stones out of in their garden, all of a sudden became valuable. You know, people wanted them. On all the fitness games, they wanted them. That's why the price of that stuff went up. But, you know, Wii Fit and Wii Fit Plus, you know, oh God, if you want to see a game in a charity shop, or Wii game in a charity shop, congratulations. You will see lots of these. One of these days I'm going to play them. Wii Music. Now this one doesn't have the slipcase. There is a slipcase for this, I understand. And you know what? This game should be better than it is. I really wanted to like this game, but it's not great. Again, it's designed to sort of like morons like me who can't play a musical instrument save their life. But it's just not great. I understand the concept behind it. But it just didn't feel like I was getting anything out of the game. I was just sort of like hammering, you know, pretending to play the piano or you know, the violin or whatever, using the Wii remote, the nunchuck, and going like that, or with the piano to get. Just didn't feel right to me. I mean, it's full of like public domain tracks as well. So, and sort of Nintendo things like the theme to Super Mario Brothers. I've always wanted to play along with that, you know what I mean. But then again, you got things like The Entertainer and Daydream Believer and Carmen and Chariots of Fire and Ode to Joy. Yeah, it's an interesting concept. Don't expect too much going in if you've never played it. The less you expect, the better. Wii Party, which is very, very expensive. I don't know why this game's horrendously expensive. I don't know. It just seems to cost a lot more. Is it this one or is it? I don't know. It's one of these Wii Party games which we're about to show you, or Wii Play games. I think it's this one. And I got this again very, very cheap. I was lucky to. But if you just go for stupid money at one point. Series of mini games. Wii Play, which probably started it all off. Yeah, I think that one is the expensive one, thinking about it. Well, I've got 2 copies of it. There we go. I've got another copy. I didn't know there's 2 copies of Wii Play in here. There you go. Anybody wants a copy of another really common Wii game, do let me know. And I'm very grateful for David Retro Games Plays Badly sent me the actual box for this. the cardboard box it came in. When it was sold, it came with the remote. Obviously, it says it can't be, not to be sold separately initially. You can buy it second hand now, obviously, but it came in a box with a Wii remote. He sent me the box. That's very nice. I should be on the peripherals video. And there's the follow-up to this one, which is that one, which is the Wii Play Motion. This is when they launched the motion detector, which you'd be able to plug on the end of your remote, which is eventually built into the newer versions of the Wii remotes. And you can pick those up relatively easily now. But this was the follow-up game to that, making use of the Wii Motion. And I don't think there's a manual in this. No manual. Got safety warnings and things, but no manual that one. And absolutely nothing on the back other than a load of writing. There we go. We had Wii Sports earlier. This was the follow-up, Wii Sports Resort, which is also really, really good. Now, Wii Sports sold the Wii to loads of people, but this is actually a pretty damn good follow-up as well. You've got swordplay, wakeboarding, frisbee, archery, basketball, table tennis, golf, bowling, power cruising, canoeing, cycling, and air sports, which is things like hang gliding, I'm guessing, or hang gliding and things like that. But yeah, really, really good. And again, one that holds its value. You don't usually see those. There's thousands of them, there's millions of them. That and Wii Sports, they're plentiful, but they still have, a giant value to them. Don't know why. Wild Earth African Safari, which is all about Wild Earth and being on safari in Africa, I expect. Wild Earth, a brand name. I'm guessing it is because it's got registered trademark after it. Embark on the ultimate safari adventure in your living room or pantry, I expect. Come face to face with nature's most dangerous creatures while capturing the perfect photograph with your Wii remote in 11 picture-taking missions across the African wilderness. So it's one of those. They played Jambo Safari. Same concept. I think the original Jambo Safari game that came out in the arcade years and years ago was that. You had to go around sort of like in a jeep taking photographs of the animals, which weren't real. It's very, very strange. This is scary. Wing Island. It's got some sort of bird flying a plane, which is completely wrong. Why is a bird flying a plane? Why does my brain hurt already? And again, a very, very sort of distinctive art styling. But yeah, it's a load of budgies who are sort of flying planes. Why? Come and visit our islands where endless fun awaits. Okay, I've not been sold so far. Only the Wii simple controls will give you the freedom to perform aerobatic feats and fly in 5 plane formations with the greatest of ease. Fly as free as a bird. Wing Island. It's not going to be very good. A couple of winter sports games here from RTL Sports, which is German, I expect. And these are sort of winter sports. So we've got Winter Sports 2008. German viewers will notice the deliberate mistake there. Go for gold in the Winter Sports 2008, the Ultimate Challenge. Can't say Olympic. 12 gripping. How many got? Let's say 12 gripping. Yeah, gripping multiplayer action. Yeah, compete for record times in 9 of the most popular 15 winter sports in 15 disciplines. Yeah, I don't mind a bit of skiing and ski jumping, and I like watching those sort of things. That was then followed up by Winter Sports 2009. 2008 wasn't balanced board compatible, but as it says there at the top, 2009 is. Rather good, that one. So that was very, very successful first time around. And it's been presented by Annie Freisinger, who I've never heard of. Well, she looks like she plays a bit of Wii. She's on the balance board. She's got the Wii remote in her hands, which is a good start. Go for the gold in 10 different thrilling sports, 18 disciplines, so slightly more than last time. And that's all it says. Speed skating, ski jumping and stuff. Rather good. And there's another one. I think there's another one. I think this is 2010, which you could have played online, according to that there. That little orange sort of diamond thing there. I think there's 2011 as well. I think there's a 4th game in the series, which is a bit more difficult and pricey to pick up. They call this one the Great Tournament. Yeah, so you've got 8, so you've got less disciplines this time around. Snowboard cross, free ride skiing, downhill skiing, ski flying, which I think is ski jumping, short track speed skating, biathlon, bobsled, and figure skating. There we go. But yeah, I think there's a 2011 version. I think it's probably the most difficult of the 4 to pick up. This game again, it sounded a lot more exciting than it was to play, which is Wonderworld Amusement Park, which is sort of like Carnival. Which, if you saw this game video titled C, you'd seen that one. This one, I don't know, I just wasn't overly impressed. It was a bit sort of dull. You know, no height restrictions, bumper ships, castle terror, pirate ship, sky cannon, tunnel of love. Yeah, it's a multiplayer mini game type thing, and it's just a bit average, really. World Championship Poker. Howard Lederer's all in. I'm glad to hear that, Howard. I'm sure you're very, very pleased about that, and your wife Helen as well. Yeah, it's poker. I don't play poker. I have no real ideas about poker. I've not really any intention to play poker. 19 different varieties though. Texas Hold'em, 7-card stud, 5-card draw, Omaha, gold sword. Yeah, I mean it's yeah, it's got all your favourite poker stuff on there, I expect. World Championship Sports Mac Division. This I really wanted to hate, but actually found myself playing it for quite some time. I don't know why it's not particularly brilliant, but I was playing, I think it was the ice hockey section, because you've got, it doesn't actually tell you on the front, does it? Oh, it's a basketball, tennis, lacrosse, ice hockey, American football. But I was playing the ice hockey game for ages. Just sort, I think it's just like trying to flick the ball into the net from like a penalty or something like that, and I just got, it sort of sat there for about half an hour, and I thought you realise half an hour's gone by and I've done absolutely nothing, just sat there playing that. That's what games are there to do, they get to drag you in, keep you there. World of Zoo. It's a game about zoos. Is this the one that really I was quite scared of? Yeah, I think this is the one no, maybe not. No, I think I might have done that in a previous video. World of Zoo. I've got 2 or 3 like zoo hospital type games. I think that's right, Zoo Hospital I think is the one I'm on about, which is coming up when we get to Z. But what would you do with the keys to the zoo? I'd let the animals out and let them run wild. 90 different animals and their environments. Create and customise. Wow. So you make your own zoo. Becoming the ultimate zookeeper. World of Zoo. It's your zoo. How many times we use the word zoo in a game? More poker. World Series of Poker. This is the Tournament of Champions. With all your favourite poker players there that you never heard of. Like Steve the Hat McKinsky. And Barry the Watch Jonathan. I'm just making names up now. His watch he's got above his head. Was he showing his watch off? Moron. The most top pros ever in one game. Learn insider tips and strategies from Chris Jesus Ferguson. Yeah, featuring World Series of Poker bracelet winners. Oh, that's what he's holding above his head. So he's got a series of rogues gallery there of people called Tom Franklin, Edward somebody or other, Moncaba, Scott Fishman, Chris Ferguson, Scott somebody else, and a lady on the end whose name I can't read either. They should make these graphics a lot larger for people with crap eyesight like myself. World Sports Party with a cricketer on the front. Not just a cricketer, but a left-handed batsman as well. That's even rarer. From the Play Zone series of games, so the quality is going to be questionable. Take part in 8 sports from around the globe. Doesn't tell you what they are, but cricket, volleyball, frisbee and darts, I think, are some of them. Looking at the back of that. More mini-game shenanigans. Well-known series, this is Worms, a Space Oddity. There's so many different Worms games. I'm just seeing now I've got Worms 3D, Worms 4 Mayhem, Worms Blast, Worms Forts Under Siege, the original game. And now this one. It's about 6 Worms games I've got. I don't even like... I mean, Worms originally was alright, but when I play something like Worms Blast, God, that's terrible. Worm Fair on a galactic scale. Classic Worms with a twist after a mix-up at the controls of their spaceship. The Worms have found themselves lost in space. Guide the intrepid Worms back to Earth as you battle your way through all the new cosmic environments, including Mechanopolis, Frostall, and Tenticlia. And it's Worms in Space. Any Muppet fans out there? Anyway, I'll just think I was having a moment. World Series Snooker. The World Snooker Championship Reel 2009 with Stephen Hendry and Ronnie O'Sullivan, 2 people who are still playing snooker to this very day. I have 2008 as well, but as that's in with the peripherals, that'll be in the peripheral section. Top 32 players in the World Official Tournament of 2009, commentary from John Virgo, Steve Davis and John Parrott. Mixed queue event called the Golden Queue. Don't think I've actually played this yet. Right into some wrestling games now. We've got quite a few of these to go to. Possibly the most underrated wrestling game, because it wasn't really like a wrestling game, is WWE All-Stars, where everybody sort of like street fighted up. So, Rock, Hogan, Cena and Kingston. And Macho Man's Ultimate Warrior, Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio. And others. Not just those, and others. But this is a really sort of like fun WWE game. Really is. 30 of the greatest legends. So on top of those names there, Undertaker, Under the Giant, Triple H, Steve Austin, Sheamus, The Miz, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, and others. And yeah, it's a fun game. It's a very underrated game. It's much better than those continuational SmackDown and Raw games, of which we have 2008. To be honest with you, it works all right on the Wii. I had a quick go at this when I first picked it up, and I thought, actually, that, I'm not actually flailing around like a muppet here. It doesn't seem too bad. So we've got 2009 as well. I mean, literally, you've seen one wrestling game, folks. You've seen them all. And most people would have played these anyway. I'm not going to dwell on these too much. 2010, John Cena, front and centre now. I think that must have been around the time of Super Cena. There's quite a few of these. 2011. Randy Orton now front and centre. This is your moment. And finally, the last wrestling game. Randy Orton again on the front of 12. I don't think 13 ever made it to the Wii, but I'm missing the manual for 12, which is a bit annoying. Bigger, badder, better. Experience the new WWE, faster, simpler, smoother. And they're still going, aren't they? These WWE games still going. Right, so that's W. And now let's move on to X. A couple of X-Men games for you. First of all, X-Men Destiny, which is really, really average. And really a bit of a waste as well. Just a bit dull. A lot of people don't like it at all, full stop. I don't think it's quite as bad as that. But I must be honest with you, it really was... Fight alongside or against the X-Men based on the choices you make. Interesting concept, but really quite dull and a bit uninteresting. A game which everybody sits there and thinks, oh, this must be terrible, but actually it's really bloody good, and quite frankly you need to pick up a copy of it. This is X-Men Origins Wolverine. The film might have not been great, I hated the film, but I tell you something, this is not a bad little game. And although it's dirt cheap and people will probably think it's a cheap cash in, a cheap tie-in or whatever, this is actually really, really good. Uncaged the Ultimate Weapon, relentless combat uncover the story of Wolverine's past. And this one is developed exclusively for the Wii. So it's it's different to a game on other systems, which in all fairness, they ain't bad on other systems either. So this is actually a game you need to pick up. Don't ignore it and think it's a load of tat. Pick it up. This is a load of tat. This is Yogi Bear the video game, as we move swiftly from X into Y. But not a game you see that often, based on the dreadful live action film with Dan Aykroyd as the voice of Yogi Bear. And Justin Timberlake did the voice of Boo Boo. Unsurprisingly, they haven't made a sequel, as far as I know. But yeah, he's actually based Yogi Bear on his film persona rather than the original character. Do that. We move from Y to Z and the last three games. Last three games of this run through. We got Zack and Wiki, Quest for Barbarossa's Treasure, which is a lovely, lovely game, but my goodness me, is it fiddly and a bit tough for me anyway. But this is one of those, it looks like it's a bit of a crap looking cover, doesn't it? Oh, it looks like shovelware to me. No, it's not. Pick it up. It's a challenge. It's a good game. It's one of the, when people talk about hidden gems, that word that we don't like to talk about, and sort of like games which possibly, sort of slip people's radar, that is one that you need to pick up. This is one that you don't need to pick up. This is Zuzu Pets, featuring the Wild Bunch. And just so you know, I wasn't running out of games that begin with Z to put into this video. Although you probably would quite forgive me for thinking that was the opposite, wouldn't you? There we go. And then finally, the last one. The last one. Well, not quite the last one, but the last one in the alphabet running video anyway, is Zoo Hospital. This is the game I was trying to think of not long ago. Wow, you have to sort of do... I've got no manual for this, which is really annoying. But if you play the trauma centre games, you want to become a doctor. You watch enough episodes of Casualty to consider yourself a qualified medical professional. Then these are the sort of games you need to play to consider yourself a qualified vet. Yeah, you actually look after and look after sick animals. But the first animal I sort of had to look after was a baboon, and it was a really nasty looking baboon. And I was in two minds, in all honesty, whether it was worth saving his life. And I think due to my medical negligence, I actually ended up killing the baboon. But yeah, it's 48 different zoo patients, mammals, reptiles and birds. Care for animals, improve your zoo rating by following up with patients in their enclosures to feed and nurture them. Don't think it's quite as grim as that. It's all right, I suppose. Those are the sort of games you want to play a bit different. You don't want to be sort of playing normal stuff. Play games like that, they're interesting. Educational, possibly. There we go, that's it, done. So those are all the games off the shelf, okay? There will be more games on the shelf, but the other bit of my shelf is being made up at the moment of other games for other systems I've got nowhere else to put. Got a load of Xbox 360 down there I can't get in my boxes. I've got some Mega Drive stuff I can't get on my shelf. And I've got a couple of Wii U's in the corner as well, which are propping up other stuff. Need a tidy up in here. Anyway, there we go, that's it. So that's A through to Z in about 28 videos. One more video to come, which will bring you everything I couldn't get on the shelf and all the weird and wacky add-ons and the peripherals, which are worth looking for. It'll be a short video, but worth looking for anyway. In the meantime, thank you very, very much indeed for watching. If you have enjoyed that, right, there we go, about there, I think. Do that thing, be great. Leave me a comment, like the video, subscribe if you feel the need to, be lovely. Hope you've enjoyed that. For those of you who watched all the way through, thank you very much indeed for continuing to do that. For those of you who've tagged on at the very end, go back and watch the other ones. Or you may decide that this is enough, in which case go and watch some of the other content on the channel, that'd be nice. In the meantime, I wish you all the very best, do take care. It's the Retro Bear in the Gaming Pantry saying toodaloo and bye for now.